Hello YouTube, so welcome to my Yoyo collection video 2K20, aka my voice review as well today. So I started thinking of doing this just because I recently got these two display cases. Before that, all the Yoyos that now are in those were in their respective boxes. Also, some of them just sat on top of these two cases on top of each other. In these cases, because they were the only one I had before those. And now I've actually got to move my collection around a bit and actually get a place for most of them in these cases on display. So of course that got me into just here sharing these results after getting them all organized. So let's start from here. This first one, the One Drop Benchmark version 2 V. This one, the One Drop Terrarium version 1. This is the CLY Compass. I got it custom anodized by the original Grunt Bull, which have been doing anodizing work for all One Drop and CLYW up to a few years ago, but I think they've stopped doing them for CLYW now. And while they're doing this, they actually got this big blotch of a pen here, and actually got a small pinprick in there as well. So I suppose if this had been a production run, it would have been a full scope. But I get what I take. I take what I get. That's how it's. Well, here this is a CLY Scout, and it's in my opinion, out of all the CLYs that I've played, this is the most stable one, and probably if I'm going to use it on stage, this will be this one. Even if I probably don't throw it as much as some other ones at home, but this is the go-to CLY for competition, at least out of the modern metals, I suppose. This is the CLY Chief. I have no idea what the colorway is called. Is it like frozen or something? I might be totally wrong. This one is the Yoyo Empire ZQ Flare. I don't know if you can see it's upside down, right? Yes, that's what it is. ZQ Flare, plastic throw with this embedded steel ring. Here we have two skin design telekinesis. This is version 1 and this is version 2. And they are all Chinese design throws released in between 2014 and 2015, I guess. And I've kept them in my collection because I really like the shade of pink on them. These two are the L5. This is the L5 version 1 and the version 2, which I've got only half of it custom anodized because this Yoyo is very prone to catch and vibe, and I actually got several of them, and this is the only smooth one I have left. And what's common to both of these is that they've got these little finger spin cup thingy there that's actually stepped instead of the more common sloped one. And I don't know if you can see this from the video, but this cup is actually poked outward by the set screw inside, because they designed it with a 7mm screw but actually put 8mm ones in there, and this problem is fixed in the version 2. This one is the plastic Draupnir, and in my opinion one of the best plastic throws, with even with metal rim out there. And what's interesting about it is it's mismatched half with regular Draupnirs, and the result will still be a balanced throw. And in my opinion, I've tried this, and that actually plays pretty much identical to a true Draupnir. So if you're on a budget and you want 2 Draupnirs, you can buy one of these and just one regular Draupnir. and actually got to that place basically like the original. This is the Yoyo Empire Star, I guess. It's got this aluminum weight ring here that actually extends inside quite a bit. If you can see this, there's a tiny shade of blue in there. So even if this ring looks thin on the outside, it actually isn't, and it spins quite well to match that. Here I have two OD plastic throws. This is called the Anthelion and the Burning Wheel. Burning Wheel is just the regular Chinese release version, and this one is, I think, the Korean release version that's actually got its English name on here. And the purple one, I think it's when this throw was first initially released, they set up some kind of lottery giveaway thing, and they were giving away alternatively colored versions from the release version, and for this one it's the purple one. And the play is identical as far as I know. And I know these have a reputation of vibing a lot, and it's actually true. So I actually bought like entire batches of them and just swapped around all the house, and I got several smooth ones out of those, and I sold most of them and kept one each for myself. These ones are the Yoyo Officer Nifties. So this version 1 is version 2. So in case you don't know, these versions are actually different. And this one is like 0.5 millimeter wider and also 0.5 gram heavier. But the play is not that much different. But visually you can see the difference if I put them side by side. I don't know if I can probably not. Okay, so this is the Audi Luminous. So not to be confused with the L4. Actually, I don't have one. I've just recently got rid of my L4, and if I had those, you would be able to easily see that they really are quite different throws. So I'm not sure when people start to confuse those two, but of course both are really nice Yoyos. This one is the Audi Shifting Shadow, which is one of their newer unreleased Yoyos. So this one is the monometal version. They also have a bimetal version that instead of this mirror cap here, they have a steel ring. And I've never seen one in person, but that one, I suppose, probably spins a little bit better than this one. But this one is already a pretty good player. So here, this is the pre-release version Yoyo Recreation Triad, and this one is actually the smoothest one out of several that I've owned. So, which actually made the one that gets to stay in my collection, and it actually plays pretty different from a Draupnir, and especially compared to this plastic. And this one plays much closer to a Draupnir than this does. These two are the Yoyo Officer Urban and Vector. So they are the only Yoyo as far as I know that are made in China that use this kind of tumbled matte finish, which made them an instant keeper in my collection. And Yoyo Officer stopped using them themselves ever since, I think. But in my opinion, this should be a benchmark in what China made a surface treatment should for. And they are both very good players as well, easy on par with some of the one drops and the Silhouettes perhaps. So this is the Top Yoyo Colossus, the version 3. I think up to now they have 6 versions or something like that, but they look pretty similar, and this is the only one I got. And it looks kind of like a turning point, but it plays actually pretty different, just because how the rim is shaped, I suppose. In turning point, the rim is flat, straight, like I guess rectangular out from here outwards, and this one is sloped. I think that actually It's pretty big difference, if I'd say. This is a it's a Top Yo Quantum, and I basically only have it in my collection because of this shade of pink. I've never seen on any other Yoyo. The play is, I guess, decent, but nothing too special, especially for a bit size. And if you don't know, the rim is also aluminum and not steel or something with a density difference. This one is a 2-stick Yoyo's Queen, I think, and it's actually the hand-drawn 2-stick logo version. I think it was made when they first designed this logo, and they got it hand-painted on this one. And there are only 3 made, I think, and also of course 4. And of course, as a 2-stick Yoyo, the play is just amazing. Having 2-stick mates. Some of the best playing Yoyos in my collection. Here I have the Yoyo Recreation Rebellion Dread and the Butcher, and these are, in my opinion, they're 2 better ones that play actually quite close to the original. And this one is of course based on the Dreadnought, and this one based on Mr. Butcher. And these 2 are the Magic Yoyo. This is the only Magic Yoyo in my collection. It's the Magic Yoyo Hot Diggity, kind of a meme theme thingy. And this is the Duncan Orbit. I've got them side by side because actually I think the side profiles of them look quite similar. But this Orbit plays just a tiny bit more stable than Hot Diggity, in my opinion. I have the Arc. I don't know the brand name anymore, but this is the version 1 Arc. This is the version 3 Arc Sky. I got this custom anodized as well. I'm missing the version 2, and version 2 is clear anodized with green logo, but I have yet to be able to get hold on that. So the play of these ones are pretty different, and I don't really know how the version 2 is, since I've never actually played that. So here I've got 2. Yeah, these are the start of my custom anodized Yoyo recreations. This one is the Stardust. This one is an unnamed prototype, and I like to call it the monumental laser because it's got the specs of the laser. I guess the diameter is a bit larger, but the shape is pretty close. And these 2 here, the Clash and the Overdrive. I plan to get most of my Yoyo recreations re-anodized, just because the original anodization on them is just not very stable and very much prone to tarnish if you actually play with them to any much extent. But once treated like this, they can be just safe to play like any other Yoyo without ever worrying about them like oxidize, tarnishing or anything. So this is a C3 Cyber Crash. I only got it because I thought the side profile was a little bit resembles a little bit the Irony series, and yeah, when I got it, the play is at least not disappointing, and probably one of, in my opinion, one of the better C3 monometals after probably the Crown and the Radius. It's probably my third favorite monometal C3. But this one is the Monkey Finger Gelada 2.1. Is it what it's called? But it's basically a Gelada with these cuts on the side profile. And of course, it's a pretty unique player, very floaty, and with a very stable trajectory through all tricks. Kind of like I like the orbit and some turn point stuff. And this is the I guess they are called TPK now, but I don't know what they were called at this point. This is released in 2014. It's called the throw is called the Kuyo's God, and as a characteristic of all their throws, they have these stacks in here, that's supposed to reduce friction between the string and the Yoyo when you're doing horizontals, since your string will be spinning on these stacks. Very interesting design, and in my opinion, this design has a lot of potential, but they've not explored this idea in this way anymore, and they've moved on to getting these stacks really big and covering the entire size of them, which to be fair, I don't agree with that much. So if I were them, I would just expand it on this design and probably give it weight rings in here and in my vision that would be a pretty nice Yoyo. And this is the Gotrix Cyclone version 4. I think this is one with the largest diameter at 58 or something. It plays a little bit similar to the Overdrive, but spin's not as strong, I guess. Here I have the nest. I don't know who actually made this. Is it made by Sluisnen themselves? I'm not too sure, but this is pretty old model, released in 2012 or 13 if I'm not mistaken. So this is the Oh Yes Hers, probably my only like aggressively edge-shaped throw. So this is the I don't quite remember the brand name. Is it a Good Life throw or something? But the Yoyo is called the Gulch, and it's got a pretty interesting side profile, of course. And I got it because the kind of weight distribution. I really like this kind of flared out, like sloped rims. So this one is the base cam or collaboration between your factory CLYW, the jackknife. I think this is one of their more interesting designs. It's got this cap that's actually a separate part that's pressed fit onto it, like just a bimetal, and your finger spin in there. So this one is the G2 Reaper. Oh yeah, and this one I got it as mint, but it's actually not. It's got this tiny little scratch in here. It's quite unfortunate, but you get what you can get. So finally we've got to this one. This is actually my original design. It's going to be released, I think this year is the best estimate I can give. The name is the Plot Armor. And this is the first run prototype, and the only one I have that's anodized. I have 2 other prototype runs since, and I'm now at the 4th prototype version, and hopefully the last one. And after that, I'll move on to a production run. And speaking of the newer prototype runs, they are all here. They mainly differ in the cup, like also in the thickness of the hubs, and very little anywhere else, I suppose. The side profiles are all identical. I haven't changed them ever. So moving on to this bag. This is the Audi Demon S, which is basically a Audi Demon throw based on the original Audi Aries Star that's got its width reduced. I think this one is 43, and the original ones are all 44 if I remember correctly. This is the original Anglam CC, the Christopher Chia version of the Anglam. And I actually still have both of these pink halves. The other one, I've got it matched with the blue half, and this one I got it with the gold half. So this one here is the I think it's designed by Groundpool Anodizing themselves. It's called the Orbis. I am supposed to have handpicked this colorway, but it turned out not really match my expectation. But the surface still feels good, like one drop kind of tumbled matte finish. So this one is a mint veiler, and I actually have another one which is gold colored, and I've used and I've used that for like more than a year as my beater in like back in 2015, I think, and I still have that on in my collection as well. And but for what I'm doing here, I'm not showing duplicates. And this one here, along with this one, they are also one of my designs. It's an undersized, super wide throw called the Wombat Cube. I don't really have plans in the near future to mass produce them, since I've changed the design quite a bit. This one does not play quite up to my expectation. Here I have the regular width of the demon, but it's actually the light version. If you don't know, there are two versions, or I guess just different runs of the demon. That's one is 68 grams like the original Aries, and one is 63. This is the 63 gram version, and just like the Anthelium a while ago, this one has the English logo, and which means it's the version released in Korea. This one is the Yoyo Empire Angular Tsunami. It's just a generic plastic throw, but it plays probably the smoothest out of all my plastic weight ring throws. So these two are the exclusive, I guess, souvenir Yoyos from Chinese nationals from 2015 and 2016. The profile is, I guess, kind of unique. This one looks a little bit like the shutter, but it's actually quite different in proportions, I think. Now this one is the Recrev Recreational Revolution Tchotchke. Got it custom anodized, and it's probably one of the more unique Yoyos in my collection. That it's very heavy but plays very fast, kind of like a mix between the Phenom and some kind of turning point Yoyo. And I really like it, and this one is pretty smooth as well. So I've heard that some of them tend to vibe to an extent. And this one is the iYoyo, the iYoyo prototype version from early 2014. I got it custom anodized as well, and the difference between this and the release version is it's much narrower. I think it's only 40 millimeters wide, and the release version have been pushed up to like just 42, 43, just your average width. This is general prophecy. I've used this model as my main in 2016, I think, for that year. And this is the first production run version, which is out of the like 4 runs, if I remember correctly. This is the fastest playing version out of all of them. This one I don't even know its name. I just have it there because it actually plays really nice. It plays pretty much on par with the high-end throw I have, but unfortunately I don't remember what it's called or who made this. Oh yeah, the logo here says it's Hui in Chinese, but I just can't seem to remember any brand associated with this. So here I have some turning points. This one, first one, the positron. It's actually an audio positron half swapped with the original positron. And despite their different advertised weights, they actually make a balanced throw. And in my opinion, the result plays even better than either of the pure versions. I might be biased all that since I like mismatched Yoyos, but I throw it quite a lot. This one is just a regular positron. This one a Basilisk Light, which is based on the much more well-known Anubis. And this is the turning point colorway of the collaboration with your factory, the Cypher. And this is the RT, which is like undersized Leviathan. This is the Hoska, which is kind of organic and high wall thing. Here I have the Yoyo Officer Twilight, which is like in between the tusk and the hatchet. It's got the side profile of the tusk, cup of the hatchet, and the play is, in my opinion, much more similar to the hatchet than the tusk. And this one of my favorite Yoyo factories, the Checkpoint, and got it in the Premium Splash colorway. And in my opinion, every Yoyo factory model should have at least one run in these colorways, but they've stopped doing this for a while now. And this is the C3 Gungnir from the version from some kind of video contest, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure when that happened at all. But this is original Gotrix Destiny. It's a very unique player, but it's kind of like the Yoyo Recreation Fragment, especially for full size, if I say. This one is the Yoyo Trap Helium, the Yoyo designed by Christian Kalusha. I don't know, I have no idea if I've pronounced that correctly, but I've used it as my main in 2014 for a while. This is the original Audi Aries Star, again half swaps. And here are some COI levels and other machine by one drop. This is the Grail. This is the Bonfire in the Everest colorway. This is the Arctic Circle 2, the Borealis 1, and I've actually been trying to get hold on Borealis 2, but to no avail yet. This is the Terrarian Legendary, the Prescription. Here I have the original Crown, which is in the Yoyo Nest, Yoyo News actually. This is actually the first time I noticed that. I've always thought of it as Yoyo Nest, but it's actually Yoyo News. So this is the View Sunshine. I think it's signed by one of the former Chinese 3A champions at 3A throw. But it's pretty cool for just regular 1A as well. And this one is the rim-weighted prototype of the Japan Technology Feel. I don't know how rare it is, but it plays very, very nice. And of course it's custom anodized. And this one is the C3 Accelerator. That's the World Yoyo context in this kind of flashy colorway. And this one is the custom anodized Super 5 remix by Sensing. And this one is custom anodized Top Yo 00. A very interesting profile. So that's for all my Yoyos out there on display, and I have a few more here in these boxes. These are mainly Yoyo Recreation that I don't have them on display because I heard that they're very prone to tarnishing upon contact with moisture or air, just whatever. So I've kept them in here, so I open them. Well, this one is the Yoyo Expert version of the Overdrive version 2. This one is the Stardust version 1.5 that they've kind of strengthened the base of the hub, I guess is what the difference is. This is the AP Draupnir from 2015. So this one, what is that? It's not the Yoyo Recreation. Oh yeah, it's the Yoyo Recreation metal rimmed Fae. I don't remember having one of those. And this is the Ryosuke Iwasawa version of the Overdrive 2. And this one is the Recreation Clash Cube. This one here I've got, these are not the original boxes. I don't have enough of the Yoyo Recreation boxes left for them. So this one is a Royal Recreation Attune. This one is a Yoyo Recreation Fragment. And this one is another Yoyo Recreation. I think it's the Yoyo Recreation Overdrive 2 prototype. That's kind of the, yeah, that's I think 1 gram heavier than the original. And this one is the 2-stick titanium, the only titanium in the collection now, the Rook. And these two also, I got them in CLY double boxes for whatever reason, but this one is the what is that? This one is the Irony 2013. It's actually the first high-end Yoyo I got since I got back to the scene in 2013. Got it signed by Carlos Brown at Worlds that year as well. This one, this. Yeah, it's the custom anodized Sleipnir made of 2K17 aluminum. It's actually not the ear that's meant here. It's a type of aluminum alloy that's literally called 2017. I don't know what that actually implies, but it plays pretty much the same as any other Sleipnir. Also about these, finally these ones that are up for sale. This one is a Japan Technology Ethereal, the release version, custom anodized. This is the Sleipnir. This is the Yoyo Iceberg. It's actually very unique for a plastic Yoyo. That it's got the stockless spin system instead of spacers for its bearing seat, which makes it just so much more smoother than most of the plastic throws, to be honest. And in my opinion, every plastic Yoyo should switch to this system if they can do it. And this one, I think it's some kind of turning point. Yeah, it's the turning point hub stack Leviathan, also known as the Behemoth. So this one, I think it's they're all not in their original boxes, so bear with me for that. This is the Yoyo Factory Horizon Premium Splash, and this one is the Yoyo Barista Arabica, which is kind of like a Yoyo made for 3A in my opinion. So this, I believe, is a B grade ethereal. Yeah, it's the B grade ethereal. And this one is the first round out layer. I'm not going to try to open this box with one hand, but you know the deal. It's this first round out layer with custom inscription. So this is an Audi air cut. So these are the general Yoyo prophecies. They are both the third round version of this, the one with black and purple. And this one is here is a turning point version of the Yoyo Factory collaboration Dogma. You get the idea, I guess. So this one I have the general Yoyo Prestige. Here it's the Sengoku. What's it again? Kenshin. Yeah, it's the monometal Kenshin. So I have the Magic Yoyo Bai, the C3 accelerator, and that's all except these radars. Because I literally don't know looping at all, so I've never actually used them. I don't know how much they're worth either, but they're just your regular radars. They don't look like anything special. Okay, so here it is. So yeah, I bought this Yoyo Factory Quay here. It doesn't have bearing and doesn't have caps either, because I'm actually trying to get weight rings that can get inside there instead of the caps, which I hope would make this a much better throw. Yeah, and that's all of them for my collection right now. These are all 24 each, and this is 15, and a few one of my boxes, which I think add up to about 100 in total. So this is my 2020 collection, and thank you for watching. And let's just wait for the release of my own design.